Welcome back to Hidden Valley Cattle, and today we're going to be piling up sawdust. My boss is going to get sawdust. He has a dump truck and he's getting a lot of it for free, so he's going to get that to mix in with the stuff that can't be used, like bones and skin and stuff that can't be eaten from the butcher shop. And they're going to mix that in together, and it helps with the smell. We're going to get the wheel loader. I drove a four-wheeler out here, and we're going to put the four-wheeler in the wheel loader bucket. So let's go put this four-wheeler in the wheel loader. Now that we've got the four-wheeler halfway in the bucket, we're going to go and dump the bed, and we're going to put the four-wheeler rest away in the bucket, and then we're going to go to the farm and pile up the sawdust so the boss can haul in some more. We got the four-wheeler in the bucket, and now let's go to the farm and let's get this sawdust piled up. Let's go and shut these gates here. Keep these gates shut so the cows don't come out. Now that we've got back to the butcher shop, we're going to unload this four-wheeler here, and it's unloaded now, and we're going to go and push the sawdust. The sawdust is about 15 feet high, I would say, 10-15 feet high, and we're going to push it up and get it as high as possible so when boss comes with the dump truck, as you can see later in the video, he'll be able to dump it and he'll have room for more to come. here, folks, here he is. He's coming with another load. He's hauling this stuff like you wouldn't believe. And he is greatly appreciating how I pushed it up so he can get as close as he can to the pile to dump his load out. Well, folks, you seen how we took it out of the dump truck. I'm going to show you how we put it in. This is a wheel loader here that the Sawmill has. They build pallets, and they have a selection of lumber, 2x6s, and so on. It's not the best quality, but they do it kind of at a little bit of a discounted price. But right here, we're getting this from the Sawmill, and he don't normally get it for free, but I think that day that I filmed this, he was getting it for free, so he was trying to get as much of it done as possible. But y'all got to see how we unloaded it from the dump truck, and that's how we're loading it into the dump truck. So how it was out, now to in. Now we're on the way back to the butcher shop. We got back to the butcher shop and we're gonna unload it now. I figured I'd get a little bit different view of it getting unloaded. And so he don't latch the gate, which I'm not really supposed to do that. I'm supposed to latch the gate, but we were only going a few miles and the sawdust ain't really heavy, and so we left the back gate unlatched, and there it is coming out of the dump truck. Well, that's a wrap. And so you got to see how we got the sawdust here and pushing the sawdust. See, the sawdust here is for putting it on the right here. That is where they put all the remains of the butcher shop. And so they cover it up with sawdust to keep the smell down and kind of help decompose and turn it into dirt. So anyhow, if y'all like what I'm doing and y'all want to watch, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know every time that I post. See, I post a lot of shorts. Sometimes it's hard to make a full video, so I post a lot of shorts. And so just keep watching, and if you don't care, please share this with your friends, your family, aunts, uncles, neighbors, and everybody in between. I appreciate it a lot, and I want to get up to about 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal. It's a little bit far out, but you know, we got to have goals in life. So that's one of my biggest goals. I went and checked on the cows today here at the Showalter farm, and I had to give some shots. There's a calf or two that ain't doing too good, and so I had to give them some antibiotic shots. And then what else did I do? I jumped into the pond. They've got a pond over here. I was hot trying to get them calves worked up and everything else, and I got soaked. I went and jumped into that pond, and I had a lot of fun in there. On the top part of that pond, it was hot, it was almost like a hot tub, but then I dove down, and about 3 feet down, it got cold, and it was fun being down there, but you can't stay down there too long. Anyhow, enough of me rambling. It's about time for me to go home. It's 6:30. Been here all day. So we'll see you next time at Hidden Valley Cattle.